Believe it or not, in today's dating game, everything you do can raise a red flag for a woman. Treat her right? Red flag. Treat her like Chad? Also a red flag. Do something exactly as she wanted it? Yep, you guessed it. Another red flag. It seems like your wife or girlfriend might have a laundry list of red flags about you, and she's discussing them all with her girlfriends, lurking in the shadows of her mind every time you have a conversation. One standout trend in the current dating market is that women often want the girlfriend treatment without the strings of exclusivity. They crave traditional dates and chivalry from men, but resist the idea of being exclusive or virtuous in return. The truth is, it feels like women don't quite know what they want at any given moment. Social media trends and the buzz in their social circles heavily influence them. If a friend labels a man buying flowers as a red flag, she's on board, no matter if she loved receiving flowers from you before. It's a red flag now, and that's that. In my book, if someone dates for years without finding a life partner or committing exclusively to one person, that's the mother of all red flags. If it takes you ages to get it right, there's something amiss, and this applies to both guys and girls. It's not rocket science, people. To the younger guys out there, you'll discover that what women say they want, what they claim they won't tolerate, and what they actually do rarely align. It's like navigating a maze of contradictions. Here's a revelation. If you exist, you've got red flags. If you're human, you've got problems. It's going to be a spectacle seeing retirement homes filled with folks who gave up on dating due to impossible hoops and women with standards set in the stratosphere. As for those women claiming to go on multiple dates a day and boasting about 28 dates in a month, they've got to be unemployed and on a parental allowance. I mean, who has the time to swipe and message that much, especially if you're holding down a job? Not any working adult, I know. Life must be quite the adventure for women. They're given the benefit of the doubt, presumed innocent until proven guilty, while men seem to carry the burden of being presumed guilty unless they can prove their innocence. Nowadays, it's even more complicated, often being deemed guilty even when proven innocent, or innocent even when there's evidence of guilt. Quite a shame, really.
Things took a turn when women started voicing complaints about compliments, the pressures of dating, and even the audacity of guys looking at them. In response, men adjusted, giving them what they wanted, only to be met with complaints about a lack of interest. It's indicative of a lack of clear direction. It's crucial to recognize that not all women seek to undermine men. The real issue is that in this gynocentric society, any woman has the power, if she chooses, to jeopardize any man's livelihood with a mere accusation. One accusation can be enough to obliterate a person's reputation. Let's not forget the absurd "Believe All Women" slogan that found its way into the Me Too movement. From that point onward, I believe the movement has openly opposed men. They devised this ineffective, somewhat misogynistic code of conduct, placing men in a situation where they must navigate a predetermined, rigged game. Most men have sensibly chosen not to play with a marked deck. Many men today share a similar sentiment toward women, shaped by their actions. The behavior has reached a point where sustaining a conversation with them becomes tedious rather quickly. No matter how attractive they may appear, it doesn't change the fact that they've become incredibly irritating and immature. Men opt to steer clear of anything that might be even slightly misinterpreted and lead to trouble. So what's the deal with women spotting red flags in almost everything men do? Well, a significant driver behind this phenomenon is the concept of hypergamy. It all boils down to convenience and nature. Convenience because they often need a place to unload emotional baggage, possibly revel in feelings of revenge if applicable, and most likely it is applicable if they felt the need to exit a relationship. If they left thinking the grass was greener, being with someone new makes them feel more desirable than being lonely, sad, depressed, and directionless. Moreover, the thrill of a lustful conquest is a powerful motivator until they decide to transition into a state of love. While many might dispute this, asserting that love is primarily a feeling, it's argued here that love is more about what you do than what you feel. The operation of hypergamy is intricate and challenging for women to resist, deeply embedded in cultural norms. Even if she declares or seems to be in a monogamous relationship, some researchers argue that secret infidelity is more of a global norm than monogamy. This is essentially how a significant portion of the Western world functions. But let's temporarily set that aside. If a woman is consistently active on social media, it's not merely akin to advertising a business. Instead, she is essentially marketing herself as the business, or, more precisely, as the product. Therefore, it's a potential red flag if you notice her frequent postings, especially if they consist of attractive selfies, or if she's consistently seeking attention from others. Imagine, even if it were articles scheduled regularly, urging for interaction, how would you interpret that? Your thoughts on this matter are requested. Here's a poll. Click to respond. Send me your comments. In a way, her phone becomes a magnet for the attention of other men. She's doing everything in her power to present herself to the world and engage with other men. And we know this because she isn't interacting with other women. It's not women sliding into her DMs on Instagram, it's the men. Why are women drawn to hypergamy? Well, it's all about convenience. It provides a space to unload emotional baggage and indulge in feelings of revenge if necessary, which, let's face it, is often the case if they decide to exit a relationship. If they perceive the grass as greener on the other side, embracing someone new makes them feel more desirable. And let's not forget, the exhilarating thrill of conquest propels them until they decide to transition into a state of love. Now, the contentious point: love. Some may debate this, asserting that love is primarily a feeling. However, the argument here is that love is more about what you do than what you feel. Often we might not feel like doing what love requires, but that very action is how we know we genuinely love someone. Studies reveal that men would rather collaborate with other men than women. This underscores the growing wariness males have developed towards women over the years, particularly in the last decade. Their preference to communicate and work with other guys in cubicles, meetings, and boardrooms stems from the ability to share information, discuss ideas, and coordinate schedules together. This hesitancy to work closely with women is rooted in the fear of jeopardizing the careers they've diligently built over an extended period. A single baseless accusation could potentially dismantle everything they've worked for. In a society that often sides with and believes women's statements, one unfounded charge could cast them as the villain. Throughout their lives, men are expected to dedicate themselves entirely to providing, protecting, and assisting women. High-value men embrace this role with pride and honor. They do it willingly, driven by their inherent nature. This raises an intriguing question. Why do women, especially amid discussions of equality and narratives of oppression, still expect everything from men? In the realms of online discussions or female gatherings, you'll frequently hear them dissecting the so-called red flags in men, but seldom acknowledging their own. In their minds, they are flawless, incapable of wrongdoing, and perpetually right about their thoughts. The red flag conundrum seems to be ingrained in their DNA. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.